How's it going, team? This is the Brown Man, and we are up with the second edition of our class breakdowns class tier list. So we are in the hunter category now. So hunters do more damage to with ranged. They carry more ammo, which is pretty good. But we do want to be mindful that they also have low HP. So you want to be good with your dodges as hunter. Dodging is definitely your source of sustain. Unless, of course, you have ED2 Ash who can heal you, but you don't want to take anything for granted. You always want to be on guard. So this tier list, these hunters are generally close together, and they have some uses, but there's some really interesting things that happen. So Kelly got a buff. Kelly got a buff to her third perk that was not covered. So the weapon damage per second is 20% instead of 5%. And that sounds like a really big deal, but it's also really not, because headshots don't do 180 anymore, they do 125. So, especially in regards to the 3 original demons. So that means 5% of a much higher number kind of balances out with 20% of a generally lower number. But this gives her bleed more consistent numbers, also when hitting body shots and whatnot. So the number will be a bit more consistent, and her niche is really good when it comes to, hitting an Elagos, and that bleed damage happens while they're running around being an annoying fucking shit, right? So that's generally how it works. And if you like this kind of content, of course, like, share, subscribe, etc. Because I want to be blunt with you guys. I'll be very blunt with y'all. Slipshot, you have of course, what people call the infinite dodging, and you have the bleeds. It is what it is. It's a pretty good ability for longevity. Weapon Master, Meat Hammer, faster attack speed, more balance bar. The balance bar is really what does it for her, for this weapon, because she has a health bar. She does less health damage due to her class being a hunter, but that might go well if someone wants to go into Battle Frenzy. I build my hunters differently. I know some people don't actually go into melee damage as Kelly, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I just build it because I like to have fun, and sometimes I'll play Kelly. I play some of these characters rarely, but I do look extensively into what they do. But I just like to build all my characters differently. So with Kelly, it's all about that bleed. And once again, that's not bad, but her damage potential as a hunter is lower than all the other hunters, so she's just going to go here. Not bad, once again, for solo play, due to the dodges and whatnot, but when it comes to team play and certain things to offer, she just offers a little bit less because she scales down in terms of damage. But once again, Elagos being the niche, it's good. It feels good to have Elagos bleed while he's just moving around being a dupe. Amanda Fisher. Amanda would be in the middle of the pack. There is no middle of 4, but we'll just say that in the middle of the pack for hunters. So, although Amanda's mastery is with the pistol, she can use anything quite well. So we go Weapon Master Pistol and Trusty Sidearm, so you spawn with it and you do more damage with it. Great. Ammo for days for 7 seconds and a 90-second cooldown. You can fire ranged weapons without expending any ammunition. Even if you have no ammunition, you can still fire without. That's crazy. That's a really crazy thing, and that won me games, simply because they thought they ran out all my ammo. Pretty crazy. And the last perk is Accuracy Counts, and this is where the skill comes in for her. So it's a 2% damage. It stacks 15 times. It's about a 5-second delay before you lose all your stacks. So within 5 seconds, you have to keep that up, but it stacks up to 30% extra damage. That's a lot. So as an Amanda, and as when people play with Amanda, they don't really know how to play with the Amanda. You shouldn't be targeting anyone the Amanda is after unless it's a possessed unit. Let Amanda handle her own targets. She can literally battle on her own side and just don't fuck with her targets. If you see the Amanda going, don't fuck with it. And I think a lot of people don't actually talk about play style and how to handle certain things. So certain characters scale down. But Amanda is to be left alone to do her own shit in the circle. Don't shoot where she's shooting. Let her go. If you see Amanda running up to something, look at something else. Right? When Amanda is primed with that 30% damage stack, and then she goes for the 20% last chance, and that boss comes out, and you activate ammo for days, that motherfucker is gone. I don't care what anybody... That motherfucker is gone. Deleted, defeated, health bar depleted. Gone. And that's how you play kind of as Amanda, and you have to let Amanda kind of do her thing. I understand people want value, want certain things, but I'm like, there's no greater value than the boss coming out, and Amanda has a 50% buff. There was a Kelly bug where she's walking around with a 60% ranged buff. Amanda has a 50% range buff that she can walk around on command. That is, well, not on command per se because you have to build it up, but she can have the potential. So on objectives, she is very powerful. But once again, you need to play for the Amanda, just like you need to play for the Pablo, invest in shields early, or you need to play for the evil. You need to play for certain characters. Some characters, you can't just walk around nilly-willy. You need to understand how their power works. She can scale quite high, and she has the most scaling than any other character. Because, once again, a hunter's damage is most needed on a possessed unit. So let people do their thing. Let her build her stacks. Let her keep her stacks up. When that boss or possessed unit comes, they're gone. They're gone in a matter of moments. And if a demon catches on to the fact that she's scaling that high, they might actually pause their summons for 5 seconds or whatever, just so she can't keep refreshing her accuracy count stacks. It was really nutty. There was several games. I gotta start playing Amanda more, but where I got my 30 stacks, and I told people, hey, don't fuck with anybody I'm fucking with, and I had the pistol, and I was chaining those headshots. Oh my god, it was nutty. But once again, she scales. Her and Evil Dead 1 Ash scale a lot with skill, and Amanda really does require communication and coordination to get that accuracy count stacks off. So she is a bit iffy. She has to be in the middle. Even though she does well with every gun, pretty much no matter what, because of that last perk, she's going to be in the middle, because that requires quite a bit. And the middle, because I say these guys are tied, so they do good things. So Ed has a chance of increasing the pink F you get by increasing the rarity of the chests, right? That's an effect from that. Also, he pops traps, which is good. It keeps fear low, and it helps you guys retain your items, because some people can use mini ashes and take your shemps, etc. And you help protect the team items and give them items. And when dudes are defeated, health bar depleted, they are more likely to drop stuff, drop ammo for you, etc. They actually had to, and that is the last perk, they actually had to nerf the crossbow mastery, because Ed is more likely to have rarer crossbows because of his perk. So they had to nerf it because he's not going to walk around with a common crossbow all game. So it went from 20% to 10%, and then 10% now to 5%. So Weapon Master crossbows only last for... rather, they only have a 5% damage buff now. So, yeah, that's one of those things. And unfortunately, the Weapon Mastery is one value, so that means the reload is also a hit. So, that's unfortunate. But Enduring Light just makes the battery just last longer, so it is what it is. So, once again, he's not bad, but because of what he adds to the team, or what he can potentially add to the team, is not bad. It's great, but these perks are pretty much RNG reliant. Although sometimes you do get a lot of good stuff, it's also like, is it necessary? Is it really changing the tide of the match? It's RNG. Like, it's RNG is not consistent, and because something is not consistent, I can't make him above all the other hunters because it's not consistent. And I value skill and consistency when pulled off versus RNG, and this has an RNG element to it. So someone that is does some similar stuff is Evil Dead 2 Ash. So Evil Dead 2 Ash doesn't have the same damage scaling as Amanda. Amanda can scale high with any gun, But of course, he rocks the double barrel. I'm the guy at the double barrel. He spawns with it. He starts with it. But good. Treasure Hunter. You see supply crates. This saves time because you can also see the rarity of chests. So if it's a common, you can skip it. Hey, feel free, buddy. Especially if you're pink F hunting and once again just mitigating time is always a good thing. And Exorcist. So you do a blast, boom, and the demon is expelled from a possessed basic or your ally. If it's not one of those, if it's a possessed elite or a boss, they lose a percent of the infernal energy, and 20% to be exact. The cooldown is 90 seconds. So, good guy, good damage. There's nothing really much to say here. Just good guy, good damage. You do want to be mindful, of course, when possessed, because hunters are a bit more dangerous when possessed. And that is something with Kelly. So Kelly's bleed going up to 20% means that when she's possessed and she hits you with that bleed cannot be ignored. It gets really nutty. And of course, being the double barrel guy and having one of the highest damage hits per game, yeah, you want to make sure that you are set. So that's it for in terms of these guys. There's not much nuance with many of these characters. They're pretty straightforward, except for Ed, but Ed works in RNG terms. But that's good. But that's how these guys work. And in terms of, we'll say tiering is going to be 1, 2. This is 1 over here at the top. The middle is going to be Amanda, and Kelly is going to be at the bottom. Once again, they're all hunters. Every character can put in work, but I'm just rating them based off of what they bring to the team. But not just that. I'll look at them as what they bring to the team. How much does it affect the win of the 4 survivors versus the demon? If they supply a lot of value, that puts a lot of pressure on the demon when they are played well, and it greatly benefits the team, then they're a higher tier for me. What do you guys think? Let me know. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and as always, have a good one.